This is news on Good News Catholic Communications. I am Betty and Lazarus. In the headlines, all plans in place for the Diocesan Fun Day scheduled for July 24th. Catholic Education Board of Management optimistic on the way forward. All eyes again on Grenadian athletes at the World Championship. Details when we return.
I wanna see it, I wanna see it.
Alright, pick it up. I'm Father Kyle. What's up, boy? So, what are you doing now? Yeah, well, you know, I did doing the same thing. I'm in clothes. I'm getting my album and my chasuble all ready for that late for church race. So, you are ready? Yeah, man, I'm ready. My team is ready. We all pump up, and young people, old people, everybody will come in. And boy, I hear Father Ronald prepping hard for that race. You know, boy, Father Masson too. I think Father Dan and Father Godwin, all those guys there. I hear they're getting ready all the morning, up and running. So it's going to be real stiff competition there. What's that Bishop boy? He ain't taking part? Yes. What boy? Boy, but we have to give him a 30-meter handicap. We are giving Bishop a little distance, man. Yeah.
So much more to see. Surrender totally. We want all you got for we, but most of all we want your kingdom come, your will be done. We will get out of the way. Oh, nah.
Welcome back. Deaneries throughout the Diocese of St. George's in Grenada are fine-tuning their plans, strengthening their teams, and testing their agility as the diocese prepare for the Diocesan Fun Day scheduled for Sunday, July 24th, this coming Sunday. The Diocesan Fun Day will commence with Holy Mass from 9 a.m. at the Lassages playing field. Chairperson of the Diocesan Fun Day Committee, Alvin Clouden, looks at the objective of the exercise.
The basic idea behind the Diocesan Fun Day is to bring the diocese together in unity, to just not always be fellowship in church, but to have activities that bring us together, but also have a bit of fun. Fun is also part of our worship, and therefore the whole idea is to have fun on that day. So there are about 52 items on the day's activity, primarily some track events. The one that most people are looking forward to is that of the tug of war, but the activities are primarily done in deaneries. Initially, there was the issue of doing it by parishes, but having 20 parishes or 23 parishes participate would make it a very long day.
Clouden also outlined the schedule of activities.
So the day's activity is primarily that of small goal football, five-a-side, and it's the 4 deans. Then we have cricket, and then we have netball. And then we go into the track events, and then there are some special fun events, and followed by card games. So I know our persons are already prepared for, is it the all fours and the Scrabble and that kind of stuff. So it's a day packed with those activities, and it's about 52 in total, and we hope that between 11 and 5 we should be able to complete.
Carriacou and Petite Martinique will stage their fun day on the sister isle of Carriacou. As pointed out by the chairperson, getting a team from the sister isles to the mainland will somewhat limit participation, and the idea is to get as many parishioners involved as possible.
And that we expect to be of high interest in Carriacou. I know that that committee has met on several occasions so far, and they are well on the way for executing the event. So thanks and hats off to Father Andrew for what he has done in Carriacou and Petit Martinique to ensure that there's a similar activity. Initially, we thought of bringing the contingent down from Carriacou and Petit Martinique here, but it will be more of a uniting effort if that is done in Carriacou. In the future, we'll have a bigger event where everyone is involved at the diocesan level.
The Northern Deanery will be represented by the color white, the Southern Deanery blue, Northeastern Deanery red, and the Western Deanery black. Parishioners, the length.
Father Hugh Logan, I must thank for stepping in, because the dean for the Western Deanery is not on island, and therefore Father Hugh Logan has stepped in and is working along with the parishes within that deanery to ensure that all the activities that take place. I know for the Southern Deanery, they have met at least twice, and the parishes submitted their names. There is a registration form that we have to ensure that at least each dean participate in at least all of the activities. So by Friday, we will have a better idea as to the full participation of all of the deans.
And breadth of the Tri-Island state are encouraged to embrace the diocesan fun day.
And we are appealing to everyone to come out. I know at most mass centers on Sunday there was an appeal for persons to participate, and I know the deans and Father Logan are working behind the scenes to ensure that there is full participation. But if you're not even participating in the event, just come out to be there to support your deanery in whatever we are doing. We also come out on Saturday. We're doing a sound check on Saturday at 2 p.m. But we also setting up. So persons here who wish to volunteer, come along at Lassages on Saturday 2 p.m. to help us put things together to ensure that when you come there on Sunday, all is in place. We are asking people to be there by 8:30 so that we have a prompt start to Mass at 9 a.m. Right, so there's an appeal for more volunteers. What the deans have done is to submit 2 volunteer per category that we requested. For example, for the bar, for the food stall, and for working on the deans have already submitted names. But we are still appealing to persons to come out to volunteer, because participation is not only participating in the event or a card game, but if you volunteer to do something, it's all part of the worship, it's all part of the fun day, and it's all part of bringing the diocese together. We have not been together since 2019 when we were at Progress Park with the Pentecost rally. It's 3 years now, and this is the beginning of what is there to come in the future.
So we join the chairperson there to encourage all hearts and hands on board, looking forward to the much anticipated clergy race. Good News Catholic Communications extend a thumbs up to the team working hard on the Sister Isles as well to make their leg of their fun day a great success, spearheaded by Father Andrew Bernard.
The Western Deanery is fit and ready for this year's Diocesan Fun Day. Is your deanery ready?
The Catholic Education Management Board has expressed a sense of satisfaction as to the way forward for Catholic-run schools across the Diocese of St. George's in Grenada, following the wrapping up of a 3-day exercise dissecting Catholic leadership. Good News Catholic Communications had a chat with chairperson of the CEBM, Mrs. Maria Viveg, on the content and objective of the workshop.
So it was about kingdom values and to set your mark where wherever you are. At the end of it all, it's not about the amount of academics that you would achieve. That too is important, but it's about molding the whole person. That a child living in school, you can see the difference in molding a human being as against just a child would leave with 10, 15 O levels and you cannot walk anywhere, your attitude is not good. And so those subjects come like nothing to you because nobody wants to employ you. The Miss Reynolds was the second lady who presented, and her focus was on how you handle stress. Stress within the classroom, stress as a principal, and her way of dealing with it. And she gave a lot of her own personal experience, that you find the time, despite everything else, you find some time for yourself. What you like to do, what is good for you. And there are times when you have to lay certain things down and let the you be the focus.
Mrs. Vivek shared on aspects of the workshop, which was attended by mainly Catholic primary school principals and a few secondary school principals under the Catholic Education Board of Management.
Ms. Reynolds also stressed upon the principals to be optimistic in their outlook and never cease to celebrate or never hesitate to celebrate on their wins. Because sometimes we downplay good things. Things happen around us and we just, just overshadow it and it goes along. But it's a key thing to highlight where you are successful. Highlight your good things. Like in our case, we have all our CPA results and schools are boasting of 100%. And where is it heard? Where do we celebrate?
From all indications, the workshop, the brainchild of Bishop Clyde Harvey, surpassed its objective, and there is great optimism as the Catholic Education Management Board turns its attention on the way forward.
The third day was more like helping the children to pray, teaching the children to pray. So we had this visiting priest who Bishop invited to come and explain to them, and they did the Lectio Divina. And they too, they were really impressed with how that session went, because some of them never had that kind of exposure before. And so in our Catholic schools, there is always prayer, but now we expect them to take a different approach. One thing that struck me in the workshop is the emphasis that he placed on listening. And we sometimes pray and we want to pray very loud, and we have to call upon the Lord as if we want to deafen him. But we never look at the other side where we can do it silently and leave room for the Spirit to speak to you. That listening part of it, that really impressed me in the whole thing. We expect principals now to relay with the staff. Prepare what you would call small presentations on what they would have gathered. And do some sort of priority list, because we cannot achieve everything at the same time. But they select something of priority that would help the children so they could start with that come September. And as they achieve, as you see, because you wouldn't even see the manifestation in weeks. Molding a character, growing a child, is only after a couple years you will see the child being molded into what you want the child, what you do pass on in whatever way. And I think the community of the school where the school is located, the principal need to have that kind of relationship where you can have the community persons coming in and even helping, doing things with the children. Community and school must work hand in hand. And that would also come in with your parish priest or the manager who is in the overall person in the school, playing a great role in helping the teachers to grow where they want to grow, and the parish in terms of the community development.
The Presentation Brothers College on Wednesday launched its 75th anniversary magazine as part of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of the Catholic institution.
You will notice that in the typical PBC way, this magazine booklet is of a high standard, beautiful, glossy finish. It is a collector's edition and copies are limited. We will be retailing the magazine booklet at only $25 EC, a giveaway price. We want to make it accessible to everyone to purchase a copy, hence the reason why we wanted to keep the price as low as possible. We would like every PBC student, past and present, to purchase a copy to read and store in a special place for succeeding generations. Copies would be available at the school from today and later at specified locations in St. George's and Grenville. The team that was working along with Brother Ronald Papi Charles went out of their way to not only focus on what we had in our archives here, but we even had to go to Ireland to gather information from the archives in the brothers' archives in Ireland. And we discovered a lot of things that we had an idea existed, but we didn't understand the depth of it. So we were able to get some documentation that guided some of the information that that ended up in the magazine.
Mr. Jeremiah also recognized the contribution of founding brothers and the many who in one way or the other made their mark on the institution.
I continue to be impressed by the profound commitment and loyalty that our past students demonstrate for their alma mater, profound love of school, and the desire that they all have to see our school grow and develop. This has certainly been manifested in the dedication on this 75th anniversary celebration. We have gone way beyond what we had originally set out to do with the magazine, to try to include as much as possible, but I'm sure everyone would appreciate that there is only so much you can include. Maybe we would have to follow up with another volume. There is just so many rich episodes in this 75 years history that we could not include everything in this edition. However, we are grateful for all that we were able to capture, and we honor our brother Ronald Papi Charles and his committee for spearheading the project. We continue to honor our PBC alumni who have served Grenada in one way or another. But we publicly congratulate our new Prime Minister, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, class of 1992, and former teacher, as he is called to serve the nation. And in the same breath, we recognize the contribution that other past students have made in the field of politics, not only as head of state, as in the case of Dr. Keith Mitchell, but also those who have served in Parliament, whether in the House of Representatives or in the Senate. But most importantly, we recognize all our past students who are just doing the mundane thing every day, serving their families, building their businesses, working on their farms, contributing quietly to the development of our country.
Moving on now to news on the World Athletics stage. Grenada's Kirani James clocked 44.74 seconds to advance to the finals of the 400 meter at the World Athletics Championship in Oregon. The 400 meter final is scheduled for this Friday at 10:35 p.m. The current world javelin champion Anderson Peters, another son of the soil, competes tonight at the men's qualification. Anderson is in Group B, which starts at 9:35 p.m. praying for all our Grenadian athletes as they seek glory.
The Diocesan Family Fun Day is scheduled for Sunday, 24th of July at the Las Just Playing Field. Fun Day begins with Holy Mass at 9 a.m. Where are you going so quick?
Girl, you don't hear about the Diocesan Fun Day in Las Just? Oh, wow. Mass starts since 9 a.m., so you know I'm late. I have to go and put on my gears, my nice sneakers and thing, and I'm ready for them. When I reach up there and I run that 400, I'm bad like you. Later I'm going to see what I can do.
All right. Okay, where is she? Anybody seen my wife? Oh, what is this? Honey, where's my wife?
And now for a recap of the headlines. All plans in place for the staging of the Diocesan Fun Day scheduled for Sunday, July 24th, this Sunday. Catholic Education Board of Management optimistic on the way forward for Catholic institutions. All eyes again on our Grenadian athletes at the World Championship. On behalf of all those who made this newscast possible, I'm Betty and Lazarus. Thanks for staying with us.